the community. Together we'll be strong in 2020.
We are officially halfway through the Philippine Days 2020, 30 Days of Filipino Music, a celebration. This is day 15 and we have more things in store for you. Let's start this day with excerpts from our Philippine and Canadian leaders at their addresses last June 12th, Philippine Independence Day. We will start with Consul General Maria Austria, followed by the Honorable MLA Mabel Elmore.
The Philippine Consulate General in Vancouver joins the Filipino community in British Columbia, Yukon, and the Northwest Territories in celebrating the 122nd anniversary of the Proclamation of Philippine Independence. We also mark the 2nd anniversary of Filipino Heritage Month in Canada. Every year for the past century, we Filipinos around the world gather in June to commemorate the hard-fought freedoms our forefathers sacrificed their lives for, to allow us to live lives free from persecution and oppression. It is also the time for us to come together and celebrate our rich culture, heritage, and traditions.
Hi, I'm Mabel Elmore, the MLA for Vancouver Kensington. Here I've got the official proclamation from Premier John Horgan on behalf of the Government of British Columbia proclaiming June as Filipino Heritage Month. So it's the second year in a row the Government of BC is recognizing June as Filipino Heritage Month, and I want to send a message of congratulations and appreciation as we mark the contributions of the community. We recognize the pride that we have for our Filipino heritage, and we acknowledge all the contributions of the community right across British Columbia.
Today is quite a different interpretation of our feature song. This is Mona Lavina of Filipino-Canadian Art Museum's impression of the folk song Bahay Kubo. Bahay Kubo, Nipahat, is one of the first songs Filipino children learn that lists an abundance of vegetables surrounding a traditional countryside home. Nipa huts were the native houses of the indigenous people in the Philippines, designed to endure the climate and environment of the Philippines, and were made from natural materials such as coconut trees and bamboo. Indigenous Filipinos have a strong connection to the strength and beauty of nature. The Filipino, Tagalog, creation myth, Malakas at Maganda, Strong and Beautiful, is a story about how the first Filipino man and woman emerged from a single bamboo and together built their first Bahay Kubo.
In the beginning, when the earth was still young, the gods Bathala, Amansanaya, and Amihan were the only beings that existed. Noong simula ng daigdig, ang mga Diyos na si Bathala, Amansanaya, at Amihan ang tanging mga nilalang sa mundo. Bathala was god of the sky, and Amansanaya was goddess of the sea. Si Bathala ang Diyos ng langit, at si Amansanaya ang Diyosa ng dagat. The two have been fierce rivals for a long time. Every day, they would try to outdo each other, Bathala using his lightning bolts and thunder, and Amansanaya using her waves and typhoons. Ang dalawang ito ay naging matinding magkaribal sa loob ng mahabang panahon. Araw-araw, sinikap nilang magpasiklaban. Gumamit si Bathala ng kanyang mga kulog at kidlat, at si Amansanaya naman ay gumamit ng kanyang mga alon at bagyo. One day, Amansanaya decided to send her storm up into the sky to cause a wild commotion. In order to stop her, Bathala threw giant boulders that came from the top of the mountains. Isang araw, nagpasya si Amansanaya na magpadala ng isang bagyo sa langit para magkaroon ng malaking kaguluhan. Upang mapigilan siya, nagtapon si Bathala ng mga higanting bato mula sa ibabaw ng mga bundok. This created thousands of islands onto the surface of the sea, which came to be the Philippines. Naglikha ito ng libo-libong pulot na naging Pilipinas. Amihan, The North Wind, in the middle of the two realms, decided to stop the battle once and for all by taking the form of a bird. Si Amihan, ang hangin mula sa hilaga, ay nagpa siyang itigil ang labanan sa pamamagitan ng pag-anyong ibon. She flew back and forth between them. Siya ay lumipad ng pabalik-balik sa pagitan ng dalawa. This made the sky and the sea closer than they were before. Napalapit nito ang langit at ang dagat. At the point where the two realms met, both gods agreed to end the fight and become friends. Sa punto kung saan ang dalawa ay nagtagpo, ang mga Diyos ay sumang-ayong tapusin ang labanan at maging magkaibigan. As a sign of friendship, Bathala planted a seed underneath the ocean floor. Bilang tanda ng kanilang pagkakaibigan, nagtanim si Bathala ng isang buto sa ilalim ng dagat. It soon grew into a bamboo reed sticking out of the edge of the sea. Di nagtagal ay lumaki ito at naging isang kawayang umusbong mula sa dagat. Amihan gazed upon it one day and heard voices coming from inside the bamboo. "Oh, North Wind, please let us out," the voices said. Si Amihan ay nakatingin dito isang araw. Nagkarinig siya ng mga boses mula sa loob ng kawayan. "Oh, Amihan, palayain mo kami," ang sabi ng mga boses. He pecked the reed once, then twice. Then all of a sudden, the bamboo cracked and split open. Tinukat niya ang kawayan ng isang beses, at sa kanyang pangalawang tukha, biglang nabiyak at bumukas ang kawayan. Inside were two human beings. One was a male, and the other was a female. Amihan named the man Malakas, which means strong, and named the woman Maganda, which means beautiful. Sa loob nito ay may dalawang katauhan, isang lalaki at isang babae. Pinangalanan ni Amihan ang lalaki na Malakas at ang babae Maganda. She flew them onto one of the islands where they settled, built a house, and had offspring that populated the earth. Pagkatapos ay linipad niya ang mga ito sa isang isla, kung saan sila ay nanirahan, nagtayo ng isang bahay, at nagkaroon ng mga anak na nanirahan sa mundo.
The video of Malakas at Maganda, Strong and Beautiful, was a fun collaborative project that first premiered at the Kamloops Museum and Archives on September 28, 2019 to celebrate Filipino heritage in Canada for Culture Days. Please visit their link found on the Philippine Days Facebook page.
Mabuhay! Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Ray Kalinisan ng MB Paces. You are now watching the Philippine Days 2020. For all our children and the youth in our communities, may the Filipino spirit strongly live in you, and our rich cultural heritage transcends in you now and for generations to come. The future belongs to you, and we wish you Godspeed on your journey. Mabuhay po kayo, kabayang Kanilya. God bless.
We also have an unaccompanied violin performance of Bahay Kubo. An accompanied violin performance is equivalent to an a cappella performance. Usually violins play as part of a group, but unaccompanied violin pieces do exist and requires an interpretation of an expert of the instrument. This next performance is a classic record of the celebrated Filipino concert violinist Gil Lopez Cabayao playing his own unaccompanied arrangement of Bahay Kubo. Our Filipino proverb or salawikiin for today goes like this: Bato-bato sa langit, tamaan huwag magagalit. Which means, don't feel bad if you hear criticisms that might or might not be directed to you. What happens when you put together an amazing choir, an exciting Filipino song, and a dynamic choir arrangement? The next performance is the product of these three wonderful musical ingredients. The University of British Columbia University Singers sings George Hernandez's arrangement of the Visayan folk song, Rosas Pandan. Visit the link of this performance at our Facebook page to see more performances of the UBC University Singers. Day 15 has just ended, but remember, we're just halfway there. There's a lot more in store for all of us. Don't miss out tomorrow's trivia. You'd be surprised how Filipino art has influenced Hollywood blockbuster movies. Visit www.philippinedays.com to watch all past episodes or days. They're also available at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you're watching through Facebook, don't forget to like the page and the video and share. If you're watching through YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share. MV Paces would like to thank the City of North Vancouver, the District of North Vancouver, North Vancouver Recreation and Culture Commission for their amazing support and funding of this project, the Office of the Philippine Consulate General of Vancouver for their unwavering support of the Filipino people, and our deepest gratitude to all various Filipino organizations that made this project a reality. Stay safe everyone and God bless. Mabuhay po kayong lahat, kabayang Canadians.
Philippine Days 2020, ipagdiwang ating talahian. Canada, salamat sa paglaan ng isang buwan. Taas noo, Pilipino, ipakita sa paligid mo. Sama-samang titindig sa 2020.